Welcome back. Make sure y'all like the stream as you come in. Salute to everybody that's here early. Shout out to y'all. This live stream is going to be in response to a music video by Trader Truth. Rapper Trader Truth. Okay. He had this video where the scenario is... Well, I'll let y'all see the video. Hopefully I don't have any copyright issues. All right. So y'all can check it out. Or I can just cut it out. You know, I'm not going to butt in this. And in the video, I'll just give y'all a little snippet, a little peek into it. The video starts off with him trying to defend this woman from being, I guess, arrested by the police.
They run to us in the beginning just to run from us in the end.
Shout out to Snake Eyes. Appreciate it. That's what it seemed like. And I want a lot of people to understand that throughout my life, I've never heard melanated women say anything of the sort of needing protection from us. I know of needing protection from your boyfriend or husband or brothers or father, but never from random men they don't know. And even in this video, it looked like Trader Truth was trying to, I guess, holler at this sister. So it's just, it's crazy. But make sure y'all like the stream, man. Let's get the likes up. While I throw in another instrumental. Salute to everybody that's here. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the people that support me over on Patreon. Shout out to y'all. Let's see who's here. Vern85, True, Scotty, Sydney, GP Man, Gerald, Primetime, Speedster, B Blair, Zoman, Adriana, Gerald, Lil Trill, The Righteous Teacher, Abor, David, Damon, Robert, Renee, Matt, JR, Vern was good. We got to talk about this BS, man. The one thing I'm sick and tired of hearing is about how these women are not getting protected by us. I've only heard this whole protection thing recently. Again, I can tell you throughout my life, I've never heard of random women that I know needing protection. What's good, Langan? This is an internet thing. This is I don't want to take L's, so y'all got to help me because I'm putting my hands on this guy and he's, hitting back and I'm looking around like, where the protection? I'm sorry. When you put your hands on somebody, that's up to you and that person. It ain't got nothing to do with me. This whole notion of protection is BS. It's just a cop-out. It's just them moving the goalposts because they've run out of things to say. They've run out of things to really, to push against us because it's all on them now. You got all this education. You have the jobs that you want, right? You have the fake assets you want, right? The fake tits you want, right? Why don't you have a man? Why can't you stay in a stable relationship? Why do you have a bunch of kids before the age of 30? That has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with your poor choices. And they want to continue to move the goalposts. Now let's get the likes up. Now, we're going to take a look at this video. Again, I'm not going to interrupt it because I may have to cut it out. This Trader Truth video. So I'm going to play it one time. And that's it. I'm only going to play it one time. So don't ask me about what's going on coming in the chat late. I have nothing for you. I have nothing for you at all. So I really hope that you do not ask me to play the video again because I'm dealing with copyrighted content and I don't like playing other people's content like that anyway. So let's get to the screen here. And we're going to get into this video. And make sure that y'all continue again to like the video, like the stream. Let me see what the likes at. Oh, I got one dislike. Oh, somebody's hurt already. Who's hurt already? Whose feelings is hurt already? Whose feelings are hurt? Listen, there's going to be a lot of hurt feelings once I play this video. This woman went and hooked up with a legally married man and had a kid and is pregnant by that guy, which means she's been screwing this guy for quite some time, even though he still might have been with his wife. So I found it very interesting that this lady was in this video. Well, be that as it may, man. You know, listen, I'm all for protecting the people that I know. I don't know about protecting
what in the
people
holy
I
weave
don't.
and wig flinging beta male simpsation is this?
Appreciate that, Snake Eyes. Yeah, this is the protectors of quote unquote the melanated community. And I want y'all to understand something. Even in this video, he's trying to holler at the lady. Or he looked her way, he looked her way. But I want people to understand, man. You gotta really be either pandering or head in the sand to understand that the majority of American black women are not looking for us to protect them from day in and day out. Because if that was the case, then they would help efforts to police their own communities. But they don't. You know what they do when they get angry with you, when you yell too loud, or when they catch you texting another woman and they want you out their house, who you think they're going to call? You think they're going to call the neighborhood watch? No, they're going to call the police. They're going to call the police. Nobody calls the police more than melanated women. So we need to stop this whole protect black women. And then they had the cop. They had Trader Truth wrestling with the cop. Let me tell you something, man. If you jump a police officer and he takes that gun out, bro, that's on you. Don't ever jump a police officer and think that they're not going to pull that service weapon. I don't know how dumb you have to be to truly think that this is noble to risk your life for a woman that you don't know or may want to know in a situation that you really don't understand the context of. Have y'all heard a story of a black woman, I guess, locking her keys in her car, and she just, police saying, we're gonna take you to jail. What is this, a movie? Well, this is a music video. But I just want people to understand how rare it is for police to be out here just harassing the women. Let's talk about the situation in Texas, right? Where you had the woman that got into it with the Caucasian guy, right? And she's hitting the guy, right? And then the dude went and hit her back. And you had all these people. It's, T.I., all these people, these blue check mark beta males, angry at random black men because they didn't do anything. Excuse me, she put hands on him. So you want me to, because she looked bad, y'all want to blame us because she made herself look bad. I guess she didn't think Caucasian men hit black women, but they actually do. Okay? They actually do.
As a law enforcement officer, I am like, don't try to fight over my weapon. Deadly force, especially when these women don't give damn about your life.
Right, Charles Faulkner. Appreciate it, man. Don't you ever, any of you dudes listening, don't ever jump no police officer, and especially when he has a gun, because they're going to take that as a show of force towards them, and they're going to react in kind. And what happens, happens. I just want people to understand that they're pushing this protect our women. Bruh, do you see the things that these women say? They say we're not there, that they are not our women. So if they're not our women, why are you dudes, putting a cape on and flying out to try to save women that have basically told you they don't need you to save them? They have that police. They have the Caucasian man to save them. They don't need you to do that. They're just moving the goalposts. But you idiots don't understand this. Yes, deadly force. I couldn't find the words. Deadly force, right? You need to protect your family. Don't protect some female. You don't even know the context of why she's in the situation that she's in. Like, if I see you putting hands on a dude and he strikes you back, I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect me or other melanated men to do? You expect him to see a random woman like, damn, she got a big ass? Because that could have been the reason why he got out that car. He's seen the way she looked in that outfit. And he's like, man, let me go in and impress her. He flew in that situation to impress her, man. Come on. He flew in to impress her. What's good, Ednice? I see you. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. He was trying to impress that woman because he liked the way she looked. You seen how she was looking. He was like, losing his life in the process. That's the kind of lesson that you learn from videos like this. Now, it may have good intentions, but if these women actually wanted protection, your Stacey Abrams of the world will be working in these communities to make sure that they are policed by the men in those communities. But you know why they don't do that? Because they don't care about you. That's why she's triggered when she's asked about her personal life, because no man wants her. No man wants her, so she's triggered about her personal life because she don't like black men like that because she can't get one. Especially the men that she wants. All these melanated women in politics now. All these women that are judges and lawyers. Why aren't they, if they want to protect each other, why don't they do something about it? You brag about your degrees. You brag about all your accomplishments. But you do nothing to help protect your own community. How come you claim that you're doing better than men, but you still look towards men to produce the protection? How? I don't think any of you should be risking your life for nobody that you don't know, period. Because you have a family to take care of. You have a family to support. You have children to raise. You have a girlfriend or wife to take care of and to think about. But all this is, to me, is just people moving the goalposts. That's what this seemed like to me. And we got to look at the root of the problem. We got to look at the root of the problem. And we got to talk about the fact that you have a lot of single parent households for the last, 20, 30 years, almost 40 years of single parent led households. And you have a lot of males and females growing up with just a mother, no biological father in the household, but the mother has a plethora of boyfriends. They grew up in a household where there is no male leadership or protection. The young boys have to grow up fast. The girls have to grow up fast. But usually the girls have to grow up faster because they're young women. And the boys get coddled to where they're in their 30s still living with their mother. So I want people to understand that we have our own issues. We have our own issues that we have to deal with. But I do think that there's a root problem. And that root problem has to be taken care of before we go out here playing the blame game. I'm all about the logic game. I'm all about bringing logic to the conversation, not emotion. Some people going to bring emotion because that's all they have. But I'm speaking on the real issues that are going on. And the fact remains that you have these women who are grown up without male leadership. They don't know what that is. That's why their relationships fail. They only respect the men that they work for, who most likely are Caucasian men. They have no respect for black men because they didn't grow up in a household with a black man. So they don't see the importance of a melanated man who works, who is a provider and a protector. To them, protection is one phone call away, 911, or it's relatives. What I used to hear a lot. I've never really heard melanated women say, I need a community full of our men to protect us. Because if you look on social media, these women will tell you in a second that they're not your women, Trey. They're not your women. Go listen to what they say. They don't want us claiming them. So when I see stuff like this, to me, it's a one-way street. You know, they want protection from us, but they don't want cooperation. Or they don't want to have cooperation with us. Then they don't want to cooperate with us. They want us to play their game. And a lot of men nowadays, especially these Gen Zers and these millennial males, they're not playing games anymore. They're not. They're not going to sit there and allow you to waste their time, play games with them, shame them. They're going to be real with you. And a lot of them just don't know how to deal with that. So they're moving the goalposts more and more.
Simp level 9000.
Appreciate that, Brian Washington. Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream once again. This whole thing about protection, man, it just shows you that we still have people that want to play the blame game, and they want to, as I said, move the goalposts. They don't really want to have real, honest conversations. They don't. I'm willing to have these conversations. I'm willing to say that, you know what, these young girls don't know what a real man is as far as leading and protecting and making the tough decisions and being able to be a role model for the children. They don't know what that is. They only see that in the movies. That's why you got so many of these feminist-minded women on social media, even in real life, who they got everything, right? They got themselves together. They still look good. You know, they may have a child or two, but they don't have anybody stable. And that's never going to change. Because if you don't change your mentality, then your situation is never going to change. You have to change your situation. You have to want it to change. But the problem is that a lot of these women want to point the finger and not look in the mirror. How can you say you want protection? You're the main one calling the police on black men. So you want protection from the same men that you, whenever you get upset, you threaten to call the police. Threatening to call the race soldiers. Because trust me, nobody, y'all can talk about Karen all you want to. Ain't nobody calling the police more than melanated women. These are facts. Ask any dispatcher who's calling the police more, and they're going to tell you who. Y'all can try to glamour. You could try to make it seem like it's a lot of Caucasian women just calling the police. No, it ain't. Come on, man. Stop. Come on, man. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but come on, man. You want protection from the same men that when you don't even seek the right type of men to be in relationships with, to have children with. I've heard some horror stories about women getting into relationships with men. And some of these stories are just mind-boggling, man. You literally have women out here who will date a guy. She thinks he's going away to jail for a long time, and she already has one kid with the guy, but she offers to have another kid with the guy before he goes. And guess what? He ends up getting out. He ends up not spending no time in jail. And he ends up leaving you and moving to a whole nother state. Now you a single mother. You bitter because you realize he ain't want you like that. All right? And now your whole dating life is screwed up. You don't know if you still love the guy. You don't know how to move forward into new relationships because you're dysfunctional. You made your own dysfunction because you don't know what a man is. You think you know because of how a guy acts or how a guy dresses or how many women. Do you know women measure whether a guy is a real man or not by how many women he gets? They don't look at his financial situation. They don't look at the fact that he's a guy who has a work ethic and has built something of his own. They only look at the fact of whether he can get women or not. That's how they gauge what a real man is. And that's why they end up getting with men who really don't want to be with them, but they use them and then they toss them to the side and they move on to the next woman. Because you're looking at manhood in a way that you shouldn't. Some of you males even gauge manhood that way. Y'all gauge manhood as to how many women a dude gets or sleeps with, which is weird. Why would you care how many women a guy is getting with? You know? But I think that it just shows you where we are culture-wise. I think that a lot of these guys that think they want to protect these women, they want to go out here and say, we're going to protect them. Bro, I want you to actually go into these neighborhoods or even to these women who are in corporate America, who are in universities. Ask them, are they your women? And ask them, do they need you to protect them? Bro, they will laugh in your face. Those women will laugh in your face. They don't want nor need you to protect them. I'm sorry to tell you this. I know it's harsh for a lot of you, some of you males, especially you pro-black, pro-wax. But you go to any college campus, you go to any business corporate setting, you go to any of these black neighborhoods, ask these women. Ask them. You will be surprised. No, you will be surprised. I won't. You would be surprised, maybe even shocked, that a lot of them not necessarily looking for you to lead them. And they will laugh at you. And you will deserve it because you should have known better. You should actually study what's going on socially. A lot of these people, socially, they're in the wrong place. And that's how they end up getting manipulated and played, because they don't handle themselves right socially. Socially, they're awkward. They don't know really how to really respond and speak to people. They look at trends on social media and then they go from there. Just as delusional as these same women who can't keep a man. Got everything together, right? The only time they want protection is when one of these melanated women lives have been lost by one of these police officers. And I noticed that in the song, he didn't bring up Michaela Bryant. I don't know when he recorded this. It might have been before the Michaela Bryant situation. But we all know about that situation. We all know that it's not what the media, the lamestream media, and even some of these people on social media, a lot of them are saying. We know that situation may have been more justified because a life was saved, a life was spared. I know some people don't want to hear that, but that's what you call protecting a life, right? Not rhetoric on social media just to point the finger. A lot of you don't understand this. That's why your life sucks. That's why you can't keep nobody. That's why you get no respect, you know? Salute to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Let's get the likes up. This whole protection thing is BS to me. I'm sorry. They only want protection again when they take L's, when they take losses. I've even heard women say they shouldn't march for us, but we should protect them. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of marching, but if you're out here talking about you want us to protect you, that shouldn't come out of your mouth at all. You just want to be able to move the goalposts. That's what you want to do. And take no accountability for the choice that you made. Because if you got all these successful women, how come they have not put their resources together? I said Michaela Bryant. I mean, Michaela Bryant.
They will pay attention to how much money they have, but not if they are putting it in the right place, because they want a man with a women mindset. Unnecessary spending.
Appreciate that, Ray Arthur. They got to put those resources in the right place. But, you know, you got all these educated, successful women, right? Why aren't they putting their resources together to protect? Why they only put their resources together just to have chummy empowerment BS. You cannot be empowered as women until your community is empowered. So instead of bragging on social media, instead of trying to compete with the men in your group, why don't you put your resources together to seek to build protection? But y'all don't care about that because a lot of you don't even live in black neighborhoods. You move for a reason because you don't want to be around black people. These are facts. You want to brag about your expensive home and your expensive car, your expensive lifestyle, but then get on social media and virtue signal. That's what we have going on. It's all about controlling narratives. That's it. And I want people to understand, all of you are entitled to do whatever it is you choose to do. I choose to tell the truth and say that a lot of these women aren't seeking protection from us. They're seeking to shame us, because that's how you control people. You control people through shaming them and guilting them. When you can guilt a person into believing one narrative, you can control them. And a lot of you dudes got to stop being guilted into being controlled. That's all it is. They want you to do what they tell you to do.
If you want protection, get a registered gun.
Right. Appreciate it, Saliva. Protect yourself. Why don't you get a man that can protect you? But I told y'all, women are not afraid of men. They're not. Look at the way women react to men that they don't even know. Look at how they react to men that they don't even know. You got women who are putting their hands on men that they don't even know because they're not afraid of men. That is a myth. Most of these women walk around like they can do whatever they want to do, putting hands on people, getting into grown men's faces. So should we protect those women when something goes left? When you have these women who will get in the faces of men they don't know, should we go and protect those women? Is that what you're telling us? Or what about the guy who spoke out, who went up there and spoke out against the Asian hair store guy who punched a black woman in her face, right? Punched her in her face. And you had all those melanated women, get upset with him because he was trying to shut the place down. I believe the guy got arrested, right? And those women, instead of being a community, instead of saying, you know what, I'm not going to spend my money here, we're going to put you out of business, they were made to stand in line in the hot sun because that Asian guy who violated that woman would not allow more than 3 people at a time. Now, this was before COVID, I believe. And he told them no, only 3 at a time, I believe. Yeah, Tyrone Muhammad. Only 3 can come in. I believe it was 3. Might have been 2. It might have been 2. It might have been 2. And they stood in a long line too. They stood in a long line too. This man violated one of your sisters and you said, I don't care, I'm going to get that hair. But you want protection. But you can't keep from spending money with that. That Asian could have smacked that woman and called all types of N-words and, you know, and they still would have went back. They still would have went back. How can you protect women with that mentality? How can you protect women with the mentality of, I don't care if they're racist, Asians, I'm still going to buy hair from their store. And I'm going to stand in the hot sun in order to do it. You can't protect people like that. You know how many videos I've seen of these melanated women getting violated by these Asians not only for y'all to forgive them, but for y'all to continue to go into their store when they have nothing but contempt for you. I'm talking about the story about, I believe it's in Oklahoma. Was that the nail shop? No, that wasn't. That couldn't have been the nail shop. That had to be. Hold on, let me look it up before I get my facts wrong. Hold up. Let me look it up before I get my facts wrong. Okay. Because I'm mixing 2 or 3 stories at once. Mixing like 2 or 3 stories at once. Okay, yeah. It was the Tyrone Muhammad situation was the Asian nail shop, right? Hold on, let me see. I think I mixed up the hair weave store with the nail. Hold on, let's see. Because I want to make sure I have my facts. Let's see. Yeah, no, that was a different situation. No, but yeah, that situation was the situation I'm talking about. The situation I'm talking about was, I believe, it was in Oklahoma, and there was a black female that was walking out. I believe it was a hair store, and the Asian dude, I think, followed her out there, and he followed her out there, and he punched her in the face. Right? He punched her in the face. And I believe they kind of had like a little soft shutdown, and then he ended up just letting people in 3 at a time, had them sitting in the hot sun. But even with the Tyrone Muhammad situation, that was sad. That was sad. That was a situation of this guy believing he's trying to help these women, but they don't want the help. That's why I say this whole protection thing is BS. You can't protect people who are mentally gone. There's a new video of Tyrone Muhammad. Okay. It was a lesbian couple. Okay. Okay. Well, even in that, it's a no-go. It's an absolute no-go. You know? Let's see. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
How can you protect a group of BW that voted for Biden? He's been saying all kinds of racist things, and he was friends with KKK member Robert Byrd.
Shout out to greatness. Okay, I see it. Man, come on, man. Listen. You're one of the things you're not gonna be able to do is stop these women from getting their nails and hair, getting their nails done by these Asians, and getting their hair from these Asians. Yeah, man, that was a losing situation for Tyrone, man. Why even bother, man? Why even bother, bro? Why even bother? I tell you, I would not bother. Okay? And people like to bring up Malcolm X. People like to bring up Malcolm X. Malcolm X was talking about the women of the 60s and even the 50s, even before that. Women that were worth protecting, right? These women of today are more concerned with showing you how big their ass is, showing you that they can twerk, that they can do the busset challenge, they can do the lawnmower challenge. They got videos now of women having like surgeries or something like that to go from looking obese looking to looking like a big hip, big butt female. It's like that's their only goal in life is to look thick. That's the only goal in life. And to make sure their weave is done and nailed. And they all go to the Asians. And they got every excuse why they can't go to black-owned businesses. It's always the customer service this and the customer service that. So you mean to tell me you would rather go to a would-be racist Asian for your products? That's better customer service. They won't even hire black people, but you would rather go there and be disrespected. They talk down to you, belittle you, rush you out the store, right? You know how many videos I've seen of these women getting assaulted by these Asians, but y'all don't complain about their customer service. Nobody's perfect. If you have a business, then you need to do what's right by your business and make sure you're providing the best customer service you can. Don't be disrespectful to your customers. I think there are melanated people that may have a bad habit of that. That's why your businesses will fail. You got to be professional. We concerned about the wrong things, man. Concerned about the wrong things. And I see what Trey is doing, Trey the Truth is doing, but bro, it sounds good. This video should go viral. Trey the Truth video should be over 1 million views easy in the next couple of days. Because if all these women are looking for a man or looking for a symbol of protection, then I'm sure they're going to share this video on their Facebook. I'm sure they're going to share this video on Instagram. So Trey the Truth's video should easily do, I would say 100 to 500,000, and it may be a couple days or even a week, 2 weeks, should be over 1 million. See, Eliza says Asians are terrible at customer service, but they go back. They continue to go back. They continue to go back. They continue to go back. I don't understand it. You're getting disrespected. You're being belittled, and you go back? Yeah, this Trey the Truth video should easily do, I would say, over, because it's being shared on World Star, so it should do over what? 500,000 easy, right? All those women should say, yep, I'm going to share this. I want all the melanated men on my timeline to see this. But man, but honestly, I don't know if that's going to happen because they don't care. It looks good. It sounds good. But all you have to do is look at a woman's relationship history, and it tells you everything you need to know about her and what she's actually looking for in a man. It's a lot of crazy. It's just, I don't get it, man. These are crazy times, man. But I can only present this to you the way that I present it to you. And be honest with y'all, man. These women don't want you to protect them. This is why whenever they see a Caucasian man go out of his way to do something, they feel like, for a black woman, oh, they gonna share that. because they want to throw it in your face because they don't like you. Truth be told, a lot of these women don't like y'all. They don't like y'all. You may think they like you, but they don't like you. They tolerate you. They tolerate you. But they won't necessarily want to deal with you. They don't feel like you're worth dealing with. And the sad thing is they have black sons. You got women with black sons getting their goofy, mentally disturbed asses on social media, talking down to melanated men, even though they have sons who will grow up to be black men, but in their mind, their sons is different.
Chris Rock's Good Hair show BW's dependency on weave and how they patronize non-black owned businesses. Most BWs have been socially engineered to act against the best interest of the black community.
Appreciate that, greatness. Yeah, that's why we're where we're at. That's why we're where we're at. Because the self-hate. And every time they look in the mirror, they see what they don't want to be. Look at Serena Williams. She doesn't want to be black. You can't convince me otherwise. At least her sister, Venus, is not that disturbed.
I ain't doing ish. Let them have Chad Wheeler.
Appreciate that, Shy 87. At least, I mean, you can just tell the ones that don't want to be black. You can just tell. You can tell the ones that they look in the mirror every day, they hate what they look like. And they get online and project it. You got all these women getting on social media, especially YouTube, and they are projecting their self-hate when they're the ones trying to lighten their skin. They're the ones wearing hair from a Latino woman from Brazil. Okay. All right, Shy. Appreciate it. They and again, they project. They get on social media and they project when they're the ones with the self-hate. They wake up every day wanting to be something different. They wake up every day thinking, how can I look more like a white woman? How can I project this self-hate onto other people? And they do it. They do it. But they fail at it because you're projecting that onto us as melanated men. We don't hate ourselves.
Serena can't blame Vitalgo like Michael Jackson did.
Not in this situation. Not in this situation. Not a lot of self-love. These women grew up watching their mothers put on wigs on their head, put on lopsided wigs on their head, and put on a whole bunch of lightning makeup. They had to see that growing up. Their mother they would see their mother put on the white voice when she would answer the phone. That's what they had to grow up saying. And this passed on to the daughters. Because daughters watch their mothers very closely growing up. They actually do. And they develop certain habits that are passed on, unfortunately. That's why you got grandmothers acting like their daughters. You got a grandma. You got these women, these mothers who have grown daughters who try to dress like them. They posting them up on their social media, talking about their twins, and they look like sisters. No, you just want to be young like your daughter again. You didn't have social media when you were her age. Her early 20s, she's in her prime. You didn't have that. You didn't have that. But now you have that, and you want to relive those years.
Don't forget Lil' Kim that she hate herself too.
Oh yeah, definitely. All the cosmetic work she's had done.
Cake soap is a big industry in Africa and here few.
Yeah, I've heard it definitely in Africa. Cake soap is definitely big industry over there. unfortunately. And that's in Africa, the continent of Africa, in those various countries. You know, and I got all these people over here referencing how we need to go back to Africa. We need to get back to our African roots. Bruh, the women over there want to look like the women over here. So what roots are you going to get back to when you go there and you see how westernized a lot of those countries are, especially on the western coast, on the eastern and parts of the central, and even especially on South Africa? So, yeah. It's crazy out here, man. I just want to inform. I don't want people to feel like when I do live streams, it ain't all fun and games. It ain't all laughter. Some of this stuff is a serious matter. I think a lot of misinformation is being put out here. I absolutely believe that. And the one thing I want to do, especially with this stream, is have a conversation that these women are crazy. These women don't look at all the opportunities where they have had protection and they've ruined it. They've squandered it because they don't respect us as men. But you know what? That's perfectly fine because we can go our own way. We can go our own way and you can live your life the way you want to live it. But I guarantee you go and you put your hands on another man and he reacts. I don't want you getting your sorry ass on social media talking about where's the protection. When you put your hands on somebody else and they react, that's on you. Nobody's out here just bullying melanated women. That's not happening. That is not true. Protect them from what? A lot of melanated women look comfortable out here. They don't look scared to leave the house. Okay? I know a lot of you dudes want to feel like you're coming to their defense, but you're wasting your time. Now, you may be able to impress some women, but for the most part, you're going to look like a sucker. You're going to look like a clown, and they know that. That's why I wish you dudes would stop doing that. But I know y'all can't be real with them, especially these industry guys. They can't be real with these women. They have to sit up there and lie to them, be liars. Because they're telling these women what they want to hear. You're basically contributing to their narcissism. You're contributing to the non-accountability. And women without accountability are women without boundaries. And if those women don't know what boundaries are, they're going to ruin their life and the life of the people around them. Now make sure y'all like the stream. This is why you got women going to Colombia and Mexico to get their get a better to get a different body and not coming home. Dying on the operating table because she did not know her limits. She did not know that, you know what, maybe you should change your diet. Maybe you should work out a little, right? And avoid going under the knife in a country full of people who speak a language that you don't even know. It has women putting on blonde weave and contacts and talking about they're mixed. Or you got women that talk about how they can raise their 8 kids by themselves. Or not 8, maybe more like 5. And they don't need a man. Like, did you know that before or after you had your 5th kid? These women don't have boundaries. They don't know their limits. This is why they will go and put their hands on a man they don't know, and that man swings on them. And now all of a sudden she's surprised. Why are you surprised? You didn't know there's boundaries? You see, men are supposed to know boundaries. Women have no boundaries. There are women that will approach a man when he's with his girlfriend because she just has to get his attention. She wants to make that other woman jealous. These women of today don't know their place, and they don't know their place, and they don't know boundaries, which is why they continuously find themselves in very peculiar situations. And there's no real men around them that's going to tell them the truth, because honestly, the men that are around them, and I'm talking about the non-family members, those men are trying to screw these women and lying to these women, talking about they want to be friends. That's why you had all those people angry at Steve Harvey when he told them that, listen, most of these guys, they don't want to be your friends. They want to sleep with you. You had women mad. You had these males mad because women want a whole bunch of guys around them, doing anything for their affection and their attention. Let's see. What the? Okay. Let's see. Shout out to C Square with the cash out. Appreciate that, man. But salute to everybody that's here. Make sure y'all like the stream. Y'all women need to get these males from around you, because they're doing nothing but helping to lead you off a cliff just so they can have a chance to smash.
It's Trill in these streets, Jaye the Black Homie.
Appreciate that, JR. It's crazy out here. That's why I stay on I stay on my path. A lot of people they're hopping from here to there looking for a place to land, and so is women, but women are late to the party, and they don't understand that, if you don't figure out who you are and gain some level of self-esteem, you're going to get lost out here. You're going to get lost out here. And singing to them is not going to help, Trey. Singing to these women ain't going to help. These women are out here lying to you dudes, talking about how they need protection. That's BS, bro. They want to move the goalposts. They want to be able to call the shots. They want to be able to pick and choose. That's what they want to be able to do. Oh, that's cool, Jar Meadows. Shout out to the DMV area. Due to copyright concerns, I can't play the video again. But what I can do is send y'all over there to go watch it yourself. I played it once. I'm probably going to have to clip it out this video. I probably, but y'all can go and watch the video there. I put it in the chat. Because I know if they hear I made this commentary, they definitely going to send that copyright. So, man, stop pandering to these heifers, man. Just because y'all want to sleep with them, bro, there's millions of women out here. Stay away from the dysfunctional ones. The dysfunctional ones, you know how you can really tell women apart? Only dysfunctional women will believe the pandering BS from that is told to them. Right? You need to not deal with those women. Those unfeminine women, baby mamas, don't deal with those women.
Shout out to one of the captains of the men's rights movement. Keep running things out in South Carolina.
Appreciate that, Devon. Shout out to you. Yeah, he was singing his ass off. Trey was singing his ass off. Trey was singing to these women, man. Singing to these dysfunctional, delusional heifers, man. Let them go. There's plenty of women out here. I tell you males all the time, stop obsessing over one woman. There's probably thousands of women like her. You ain't missing nothing. Who probably have a better mentality than she does. I don't want to deal with none of these feminist minded, I was gonna say a thug pick me. You got these thug pick me's, man. These chicks that be choosing the thugs all the time, the guys in the streets, man. I'm talking about real thugs, not the wannabe thugs that claim they're thugs. I'm talking about dudes that be in and out of jail, in and out of prison. I'm talking about can't stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Those type of guys, right? These chicks out here picking up the wrong time. It ain't even them too. It could be hobos. It could be the married men. Y'all know the women that like the married men. I think there's a lot of women these days that we out here trying to get with a married man, man. I don't know what it is. It's like a married man is an aphrodisiac to a lot of these women, a lot of these Western women. A married man is an aphrodisiac. It's like forbidden fruit, and they just gotta go, you know? Yeah, you got these thug pick-me's out here, man. You know what I'm saying? They be choosing heavy on these guys, man. Dude can't even file no tax return, deep in child support debt, can't get no regular job. Salute to everybody that's here, man. Appreciate y'all coming through to the live stream. All right. Hold up. Let me see something. Hold on. Make sure that y'all follow me on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The links are in the description. Also, you can email me video topics. You can send video topics to the email and videos. Or if you follow me on Instagram or you follow me on Twitter, you can tag me in certain posts. Don't just tag me in anything. Just if you like, I think he'd make a video on that. He go live on that. Right?
Dude was wrestling with a cop, he hella thirsty.
Right, Lacola? Wrestling with a cop. Like, what intelligent individual is going to run up on a police officer and start wrestling with them? You have got to be the dumbest. The dumbest man to ever exist to run up on a police officer and think that he ain't going to shoot your ass. What is going on out here? I'm not running up on no police officer. That situation will handle itself. I ain't doing nothing like that. That is crazy. This guy, Trey, literally made a video about giving his life for a woman that he doesn't know. A woman that probably gonna clown him. Who probably get on YouTube and talk about how black men ain't shit. How they're exercising their options. You know? How they're pink pill. And that's who you risking your life for. You don't know what trash she be talking about us, man. You don't know what she be saying about us, man. You gonna give your life for this chick? Is you crazy? Man, I'm telling you, I am not, under no circumstances, about to hop in front of no gun for no woman, especially I don't know her. And I don't know the circumstances of the situation of disagreement. Yeah, that's why these young males have no respect for authority. None. Because they see situations where look at this guy. He's fighting the police. No. You don't fight people who are wearing guns. Even a civilian that has a gun, you don't fight them. What is wrong with people? What's wrong with people? You don't get into altercations with police. What's wrong with these dudes? Like, seriously. So I definitely want to get in on this topic, man. I just think that we need to change our mentality as melanated men before we end up losing more of these young men unnecessarily due to the stupidity of the elders, their elders, who tell them, you see a woman in trouble, you run up on that. No, you don't run up on no cop. And I'm not saying that's what Trey was intending, but you do a whole music video, and you're saying protect the black woman. It's going to be perceived that way. It's going to be perceived that way. I'm telling you. Because those guys are going to shoot you. You do understand that. But these guys want to get emotional, and they want to go out here and risk their whole life when they have children who rely on them. They have a family that relies on them. They'd rather just risk it all just to say, hey, I fought this police officer. I ain't took no shit from no police officer. Meanwhile, you got all types of warrants. All types of warrants out there. You're wanted. Yeah, and I think the police need to be prepared for that, because you may start to see suicide by cop so that the family can get a huge payout. That's what you're going to start to see. People looking for the opportunity to have one of these situations, man. That's why I think that cops do need to be more well trained in the field. Don't be putting just anybody in certain situations. Put your vets out there in a lot of these hostile situations that you think is going to be out there, because, and again, you even got the vets getting caught up. But I'm just saying, putting people out there that actually know what they're doing in certain situations. Because if things go wrong and we find out that this person isn't used to being in the field, they're an office cop, that's going to make it worse. They'll be like, well, why you have an office cop out here? Get them out of here. What are you doing?
These bops ain't worth one Usher buck or donut coin.
Thanks, shout out to you. Yeah, I don't, growing up, I've never really, I can say growing up, I didn't see it or hear about any instance of, melanated men fighting police. That's something that happened relatively recently. Not saying it hasn't happened before, because it has, but it's happening more and more. It's happening more and more, man, and it's going to continue to happen, unfortunately. In the Biden-Harris administration, that's what you're going to see. And also, shout out to the Biden supporters real quick. How do you feel about the fact that gas is at an all-time low right now? They're saying it was a breach, but have we ever seen this before? I just want to say that. Have we ever seen this before? So I just wanted to say that, you know what I'm saying? People can't get their gas. So hopefully y'all have something going on to remedy that. Ain't no telling how long this is going to last. We'll see. I see you, David. What's up?
I would love to speak with you on a live stream about police tactics and policy.
Okay. Well, I may do a stream speaking specifically on that, because I was thinking about possibly doing a what do you call it now? One of those StreamYard hangouts things. Maybe once a week or so, I invite people on to speak about certain things. Yeah, I think that definitely we could talk about that, because people have this notion, this misconception that all police should be trained, and that's just not the case. A lot of these guys are poorly trained. It seems now more than ever, and either it's equipment or it's just the hierarchy, and a lot of times, You know, these situations will occur when you supposed to be reaching for your taser, but you reach for your gun. You know? But appreciate that, Officer Faulkner. Appreciate that, man. Gas prices are about to go up in a few weeks when they switch to the summer blend. Man, I'm telling you. Gas being all-time low, the Illuminati car. Yeah, a lot of jobs were lost. And now people can't get gas. People can't get gas, man. People can't get gas. What you know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing that where I'm at. You know, I'm in South Carolina and I can see what's going on with the gas. So I can only imagine what's going on in California. I can only imagine what's going on in New York, New Jersey. Shout out to John Rambro. Appreciate it, man. So I can only imagine, like, whatever state that you're in, if it's a big state with a lot of road, so to speak, and let's say you have to travel to a different city to work every day. Oh man. I was at this one gas station. They said you can only get like $10. You can only get about $10 worth. You know, it's hopefully it's remedied soon. I don't know. Well, it's saying limited gas in some of these places, man. So I don't know where you're at, viewers. If you know what's going on, right? But I think it's just crazy to me. Yeah, they want the gas price to be high. It's like, for what? You know? I don't drive as much as I used to. I think over the last year or so, I've driven less and less due to the COVID, and I refuse to be walking around in masks all day. But I do like to have gas in my car, at least half to close to full as much as possible. But I know for people that have to drive to work 5 days, maybe 6 days a week, and they have to go a good distance, that's going to hurt them because they're going to have to keep pumping money in there. I remember years ago, I used to get gas cards, right? Gas cards. And you have $25, I think you have $50, I think maybe $75, $100 cars. Them things would go fast, man, because the gas prices were so high. This was during the Obama administration. The gas prices were so high that it would eat those cards. It would eat those cards. And I would buy at least 3. I would buy like 2, 3 of them when I was when I had a chance to get them, right, at my my school when I was attending university years ago, right? And gas prices was just crazy. But yes, I will be relatively soon doing a hangout of sorts, but it's going to be my style, and I'm going to invite people on. I may try to do one this week. You just have to follow close and just see how it works. Maybe once a week or so, I do a hangout where I invite some people on. But I will tell you this. It will be no BS. There'll be no arguing and bickering. You will be gone. Because I can't take none of that. We just gonna have conversations with people like the supporters of the platform. Bring you on. I'm thinking about having it be a members only chat. I'm thinking about it just being a members only chat. Because I have to reward the members some kind of way. Inviting them on the stream. Members only chat. Like, why not? You know. The Biden administration said it's some kind of hack going on. Whatever. I mean, whatever. You know. No, because people were already driving. What do you mean that was bound to happen? Nothing was changing with them pumping gas into these places. I mean, things have been opened up in a lot of these states. It was like maybe it was more states opened up than that were closed. Okay. So those trucks were still moving. So I don't know, people trying to come up with these excuses. Come on, man. No, what happens is when you have people that are not doing their job, that's why this happens. That's why this happens. That's why this happens. But like I said, I'm not up. Don't be upset for me, and I'm not upset because of me. I'm upset for I'm not upset at all. But I'm speaking for the people that have to go to work every day, who have to work 5, sometimes 6 days a week. Maybe they got to take their kids to school or pick them up from wherever or take them places. Those people are the ones that's going to suffer. I'm not going to suffer. I barely drive as much as I used to anyway. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I appreciate y'all tuning in. All right. Shout out to y'all. Let's see. Aaliyah says, why everyone doing members only chat? No, that's only gonna be on the hangouts. And I'm gonna see about doing like maybe a StreamYard hangout once a week, and it might be members only, for the simple fact that I'm just gonna try it out. It's gonna be a trial run. But I want to reward the members some kind of way, you know? And some people you don't want in your chat room, okay? You want to make it as difficult as possible for some of these idiots to get in your chat room, because a lot of these people, they're broke millionaires. They have this lifestyle, but they don't want to support the platform, which is fine. But if I decide to turn up that members only, but it would only be for like maybe one stream a week. It won't be every stream. One stream a week. Because you want to throw it in the face of the people that are the broke millionaires. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to the supporters, everybody here. It's been a good live stream. It's been a good building. We've been doing a lot of building. And we're going to do more building. We're going to do more building very soon. Okay? So shout out to everybody that has tuned in. Hopefully you like the stream before you leave. I guess I'll see y'all soon on the next one. Y'all take care, okay?